You know what? For a laugh, for a laugh, I thought I would actually broadcast on the radio this morning rather than neglecting to hit the go button on the radio. I thought just for a hoot. Yeah, no, for a bit of jolly. Yeah, Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. One thing I've noticed about getting up really early is it's rubbish. It's. I tell you when it's all right. I'll tell you when it's all right is if you don't drink for a while, like at least a week. If you have at least a week off the booze, which I managed to do. I lasted a week for dry January, which I think is admirable. And I'm going to be honest. I am so proud. I'm so proud of myself. No one is more proud of me than me when it comes to 7 days off the sauce. Woo! January's not the time of year to be doing a sobriety challenge because January is an incredibly dull month, all things considered. It's cold, the weather's crap, there's not a lot going on. You got that sort of general come down / hangover from your Christmas NYE period. You need a little something to help you get through, just to keep the noose at bay. But maybe, I don't know when would be a good time. Autumn, end of the summer, because you wouldn't want to do it in summer because you're out boozing morning, noon, and night in the summer. Oh, lovely morning, summer morning boozing. Oh, and a nice pint of brown booze on summer's morning, and then you get on the metro, don't you? You get on the tram system, 7 in the morning, with a nice pint of brown booze. Oh, look, you take it out of your briefcase and that because your wife prepared it for your packed lunch and that. Lovely pint of brown booze. Oh, lovely brown booze. Martin Day, Cuck for Hire. He's in the chat. If anyone requires any cuckery for cash, he's your boy. If you want to give him a thrashing while your wife looks on, just to show her what kind of a man you are, he's there for you. Squiff's in the house. Morning, Squiff. Tom Cam, he is around. He's available for counselling sessions. He's available for life drawing classes. He's available. Shawnee Simpson is here. He is not currently on fire, which is a good sign. I think it's a good sign. Wodge, he is in town. Flaxis, not in bed yet, but it really is only a matter of time. And your boy Stin, first in. First past the post today. So Gold Star. Maybe we should have some sort of Gold Star system, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we need to call a register every morning. It's the sort of nonsense I could do for a few days and then sort of forget about it. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. Try and keep people about. Power Jen, she's present. So this is good news, guys. This is all good news. Well done, guys. Well done to all of you currently listening, and to those not listening live. Shame on you. Shame on you. How could you? With everything we've been through, with everything we've seen together, with everything that's going on in the world, you don't even have the good grace to tune in 8 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday to listen to this bollocks, from this idiot, from this washed up clown. Yeah, you couldn't even bring yourself to press a couple of buttons on your smartphone to have my somewhat Partridgean voice come blaring out of this little tinny speaker at you. Shame. Shame on you. I've a good mind to send Greta around to have a bloody good word with you. Give you a thrashing. Greta Swolberg is going to turn up. She's dolled up like. You remember which was the last big football in European football tournament where the Russian sort of football hooligans turned up for a tear up that basically no one else was really expecting. So you had the Russians that turned up in MMA gloves and gum shields, And then the Brits that turned up, and it's bloody Gary Five Bellies. He's turned up, but he's got a can of Stella in one hand. He can barely stand up straight. And just took an absolute thrashing. Basically, Greta's turning up with MMA gloves, a gum shield, and she wants her childhood back, basically. And she'll put you on the floor, bit of ground and pound, soften you up, wear you out, wear you down, really take you into deep waters, basically. And then when it's time, she'll roll you over, take the back, strangle you to death. It's night-night, night-night. And then she's on to the next house. And she's going to go door to door, house to house, single-handedly strangling people to death until the weather changes. God bless her. God bless her. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. It's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Dirty film. I should get some shit ass jingles done, really, shouldn't I? I really should. I think that is. I could never get this desk straight. Where's it? I swear to God. But yeah, I think that's what this show is really missing, isn't it? Well, I mean, there's clearly a lot of stuff this show is missing. Quality, jokes, decent outros. Jimmy Budd was kind enough to point out yesterday about the outros. Jimmy started his show now, which is 10 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Jimmy Budd Experience. And Jimmy's thing is that he thinks he is, he thinks he's a comedian, but the reality of it is that he's not a comedian. He is, in fact, on drugs. So you can see where the confusion lies there. But God bless him, he's having a go at it, isn't he? He's doing his best. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10. Is it a fill-in for Coffee and Memes? No, it's not. But is it more than a kick in the balls? Up for debate. We'll see how it pays out. We'll see how it pans out, won't we? We can do nothing but that. Also, new show on Friday. Pre-recorded with Mr. Merck. Bit of irony there, bit of fun. That's 10 till 11. So that's the new warm-up show for Fog on Friday, effectively. There, and there's got a few more coming. Your boy Big 8 has sent in a show that I've not yet listened to, because I'm really important, and I have really important things to do. No, I've just fucking don't get me started on the Android app. I swear to God, it's almost done though. It's just, why do they have to make things so difficult? Like, why? It's not. There's no. I mean, maybe this is this is presumably is the thing with app development, the fact that there's a very, very high barrier to entry to it, which is why more people, why everyone doesn't have their own app. Like, why fucking Mrs. Miggins, who runs the laundrette, why she doesn't have, Miggins app. Oh, have you downloaded the Miggins app? I haven't. No, what to do? Oh, well, you can sign up, like create an account and stuff. To what ends? Well, and then you can just like share things, like scroll through stuff. You click on bits. It's got a it's got haptic feedback. What's that? It's like, when it vibrates when you press stuff. Right, yeah, but what does it do? Well, you can set up like a subscription. It's all Apple Pay. Yeah, but this Miss Miggins app from the laundrette. What can I book laundrettes? No, it's not actually associated with the laundrette. Right, yeah, what has it got? Pictures of you in it, stat information about you. Oh, it's got all sorts of things. Miggins, listen, buddy. Yeah, what? You just knocked up an app for the fucking sake of it? Was it like a MySpace page? Yeah, what is this? What we're doing? So luckily, You know, it's a very high barrier to entry, which stops lunatics like Miggins creating dog shit apps and flooding the App Store with complete twaddle. Otherwise, the App Store would basically end up like SoundCloud, whereas, you know, long since has passed the days of when there was any sort of quality control on SoundCloud. I mean, you know, at the very early days, you know, when did it count? When did it start? 2008, 2009. Simpler times, ladies and gentlemen, simpler times. But there was good stuff on there. Then, you know, it turned out that basically any idiot with a crapped copy of Fruity Loops, you know, an Vengeance sample pack that they'd torrented, you know, could put any old twaddle up on SoundCloud, and then they started playing a fun game, which is where you would upload one of your own records that was good, and they'd just take it down saying that it infringed copyright. You go, okay, all right, cheers, guys. All right, SoundCloud's over. Yeah, make SoundCloud usable again. Fuck's sake, unbelievable. What are we doing today? It's 12 minutes past 8 on a Wednesday morning, and what have we learnt? Very little. We're still alive. That's a mixed bag. Have there been any UK cases of confirmed UK cases of coronavirus? Where are we, guys? Where are we? UK corona. That came up quickly. Coronavirus. It's gonna take us all if we're lucky. Coronavirus. Britons in China want more support from the UK. Bet they do. I fucking bet they do. 97 people tested for it in the UK so far. From what I hear from my inside sources in China, which you don't need to know about. Oh, fuck off, Independent. Fucking left-wing Daily Mail. Where are you? There you go. Go away. Anyway, coronavirus. Yeah, from what I've heard, the death toll that has been reported and the actual death toll, a little bit of disparity. Actual death toll, they're thinking multiple thousands, because a lot of them obviously aren't being reported, and a lot of them are being covered up, man. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. A total of 97 people have been tested for coronavirus in the UK. All have been confirmed negative. The Department of Health said more than 100 people who contracted the deadly virus have now died in China, and more than 4,500 cases have been identified globally. Scientists have predicted it may have already arrived in the UK. It's just a flu, right? It's just a naughty flu, yeah? Is it going to pick off the sick and the lame, the weak, the infirm, people on come downs? I mean, are you more susceptible? Right, here's the thing, yeah. Right. Are you more susceptible? Are you more likely to contract an illness whilst on a really bad come down? You know, what's the state of your immune system at that point? Because I only have anecdotal evidence on this, but from my own research and also anecdotal evidence from friends, associates, people I've spoken to while on drugs, I have found that actually ecstasy is is something of a panacea when it comes to illness. Like, you could have effectively bubonic plague, and you take a single ecstasy tablet, and within 2 hours you will no longer have that plague, and you will instead have a bloody good time. You know. And also I knew someone in Bristol who was in a car accident and lost quite a large part of their arm. And actually, the whole arm was still sort of functioned, but the whole load of the muscles and it was all, that was gone. That was see you later. And he got quite a decent bit of compensation for it, and he spent that on decks, records, and pingers, right? Decent. And while he was recovering, he spent a lot of time in his bedroom doing beans and playing records. And he said that the staff at the hospital and the doctors who were checking up on his recovery said they'd never seen anyone heal so quickly, and that it was almost miraculous. He didn't mention that he could sort. It might be on account of the amount of tubes he was doing multiple times a week to keep himself sane. But does anyone else have any similar stories whereby they believe that pingers have either cured an illness, aided a recovery, or warded off an illness, or voodoo, witchcraft? Do pingers ward off witchcraft? Would the whole Salem witch trial situation been a lot better if everyone had been gurning? It's worth thinking about, isn't it? It's worth. I mean, is there? Where would you go in the world to really try and find the most accurate representation of modern witchcraft? Would there be places in Africa where they're practicing Bo, the dark part of voodoo? Maybe, I don't know, southern states of America, dug in deep, is there some heebie-jeebies going on down there? South America, up in the Andes or something, could you find, a decent witch doctor, have him put some sort of naughty curse on you, and then, in order to ward off the evilness, you just double drop a couple of pingers, stick an old Nicky Black Market tape pack on. It's... But I think it'd be a hard one to do actual medical research on, I guess, because you'd need a placebo, you need a control group, you'd have to double blind it, I guess, because you'd have to have evidence that the black magic and the voodoo and stuff actually worked first, wouldn't you? So that's going to be tricky at best. Listen, guys, not all my ideas are perfect. A lot of them are. Many of them are worthy of investment from large venture capitalist firms. Some of them are maybe more of a sort of Kickstarter. All of them are good, but not all of them are great. Let's put it that way. Guys, what have we got shoe throws wise? There are bits and bobs. Oh, mate, come on. Let's have that fucking high contrast remix of Savage by Mist again, because that one half good. You're a good lad, Builder.
Yes, no, Blackborough. To protect your soul.
Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time.
Savage.
Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time.
Savage. That's another slapping. Niggas thinking that I'm famous, that I won't slap it. Nigga, I'm erratic. Erdington Savage, yeah, you call this modern warfare. When we double tap it, clicking and we clacking. Shots burning through his jacket.
Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time.
That is Mist, remixed by High Contrast, and it's called Savages. What are we going about? Gangster Brunch? Gangster 11 says, what's Gangster Grub? Yeah. Some sort of thug kitchen, isn't it? I don't know. Christ! Baby Jesus, will you take me now? So, bits and bobs. Our boy with the big arms is back. Kirill. He's called the Russian bodybuilder that has filled his arms full of gubbins in order to look hard. Sadly, he does not look hard, and it's possibly going to kill him. He's now is electing for more surgery. However, he's just having stuff shot into his face rather than having the gunk taken out of his arms. Synthol pumped bodybuilder Kirill, better known as Popeye, is having injections again, but this time they're going straight in his face. Lovely. The Russian bodybuilder recently underwent surgery to remove huge chunks of damaged flesh after years of boosting his biceps with oil. However, undeterred, he now had injections to give him more defined cheekbones. That's clearly what he needs, isn't it? I mean, that's not polishing the brass on the Titanic. I don't know what is. Sharing a video of himself during the procedure, 23-year-old Kirill wrote, "Underwent treatment to reshape the cheekbones. The procedure is usually completely painless, and I was very pleased with the results." Sounds like Peter Beardsley. I mean, at least this time he seems to be leaving it to the professionals and isn't just jamming needles into himself with reckless abandon. In this clip, Kirill can be seen with white marks in his face, presumably to help the injector see where to put the needle. In the next shot, a woman wearing a mask and gloves can be seen injecting right into his cheekbones before giving the area a little squeeze. She also seems to be messing about with his jawline. There he is. Look at him. What an absolute unit. Why not work out the chest as well and the forearms? Like, why leave the forearms? All right, look, I appreciate, look, he's ill, isn't he? Like, this is not the act of a normal, sane person. But why not a little bit of work? Why not pump some fucking grease or whatever he's using, chip shop fat or whatever it is that he's got going in there? Why not do the chest as well? That way you would at least proportionally look somewhat reasonable. We've been over him too many times. I'm bored of him now. I'll fight him if he wants. I'll have a little tear up with him. I'm not concerned, really. Not worried. Guys, scientists make breakthrough in tests for male contraceptive pill. Scientists have made a breakthrough in drug testing, which could mean they're one step closer to creation of a male contraceptive pill. They have been going on about this for such a long time, and nothing. This will be. Is it made out of soy? This will be music to the ears of many people, especially considering that the list seems almost endless when it comes to women's options. There's the contraceptive pill, many types. The female condom, no one uses that. The diaphragm, is that the same thing? Again, no one's using a diaphragm in 2020. 2 versions of the coil, hormonal, non-hormonal. An implant that's inserted under the skin on the upper arm. An injection that lasts for 3 months, a contraceptive patch. And that's certainly not a comprehensive list of what's available. For men, it's the choice of a condom or a vasectomy. 2 options. 2. What about pull-out? About just fucking pulling out, man. What about, just knowing your body? Pulling out. Yeah? What about that? That is... Personally, I feel that's very underappreciated, underrated contraception technique. And what about out the bum, no babies? That has for time immemorial been a contraceptive technique. In many cases, this can result in pressure weighing heavily on the women to ensure that they are taking care of contraception in order to avoid any unwanted pregnancies. But those days could soon be over because Scottish researchers have developed a robotic screening system that can quickly assess how different chemicals affect sperm. According to the Mail Online, the robot speeds up the process of drug hunting several thousandfold and could be a quote-unquote game changer. Now the scientists are looking for compounds that block sperm mobility, so it can't reach the woman's egg for fertilization. It's a picture of an ass with a patch on it there. The team at the University of Dundee reveals that it's possible to find effective agents that half sperm. Now tests are being done to see whether the agents are suitable long-term methods that men could use. Lead researcher Chris Barrett, professor of reproductive medicine at the School of Medicine, said this is a breakthrough in technology for the area. It allows us for the first time to assess in large numbers how compounds can affect sperm functions. Surprisingly, he's changed his accent there. Surprisingly, there's been no effective, reversible, and widely available form of contraception developed for the male since the condom. As such, the burden falls largely to the female. Finding an effective male contraceptive would be a major step in addressing that inequality. Well, you know, I've certainly been with ladies in the past that have said, "You wear a bang or you fuck off," and so that's a female contraceptive method, really, that doesn't really require. I mean, doesn't require any drugs or anything other than that on the female part. It does sort of put the burden on the man, and then it's often followed up with, "Do you want to get laid or not?" To which the response is, "Well, yes, obviously I do." "Well, you put a fucking banger on it then, boy!" And so you put the banger on it, and that's that. I mean, generally, you know, of course, long-term relationship, you know, tougher, isn't it? Listen, I'm not here to dole out contraceptive advice. You know, if I had my way, I'd do away with it all, and I'd have people breeding like goddamn rabbits. You know, that if you don't want to have any kids, then bloody well spill your seed somewhere else. You know, not for any religious reasons or that. Just think it's a bit of a hoot. You know, just what would the world be like if, you know, we had the contraception methods of sort of like medieval times? You know, or using a bit of catgut, something like that. Yeah, traditional. Right, okay. Here's the deal. Yeah, here's how it's gonna work. All modern contraception is out the window, and you've got to basically get a bit Ray Mears with it. You know, you got to get a bit Bear Grylls on it. Like, okay, we've got a bit of sheep intestine, so effectively turning your cock into a sort of sexy haggis. You know, and then you've got a bit of you've stitched in, darned in like a bit of elastic that you've taken out the top of your sock or something to try and, you know, keep it there. Or the alternative, you're just holding it on. You know, you got the sheep gut around the end of the unit, you know, and then you just get it and hold it. Just hold it in place. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, is it? But we just make everyone reinvent contraception. But, you know, keep people occupied, wouldn't it? Give people something else to do. If anything, I think nowadays contraception is too convenient. But you need people who work for it more. You know, if you don't want to have kids, fucking, you know, got to put the hours in. You got to put the effort in. Can't just use a banger or get on the pill. No. You need to be going and visiting some sort of witch doctor, and then maybe you could test out the whole witch doctors versus pingers situation. You know, just saying. Anyway, enough about that. What else have we got? 80-year-old woman tells This Morning about sex with 35-year-old Egyptian toy boy. That's our girl. There she is. She looks like Jim's mum. A British pensioner has opened up about her whirlwind romance with a 35-year-old Egyptian toy boy she met online. Iris Jones, 80, hit headlines when she revealed she was enjoying a relationship with a man called Mohammed, who is 45 years her junior. Two had been chatting on Facebook, but eventually Iris decided to take the plunge and flew over to Cairo to meet him face to face. The couple went on to get married in Cairo, but Iris was told by the British Embassy that she needed her divorce papers and a certificate of no impediment to prove she was able to marry again, meaning she's currently having to save up her cash to return to Egypt to marry her Egyptian lover. Be quite fun, I think, if she was marrying actual Egyptian lover, the disc jockey. Let's have a little Egyptian Lover. Where is Egyptian Lover? Here he is, King of the 808. Yep, that's our boy. He is, imagine Iris of This Morning fame getting married to Egyptian Lover. I think that would be nice. He's he's clearly a romantic. He's got high level 808 skills. He knows how to engineer a groove, shall we say? And I'm sure he can drive a bed, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, now she's appeared on This Morning to reveal more about her relationship with Mohammed, even telling hosts Holly and Phil about their first sexual encounter, much to the host's surprise. Talking on the sofa on the show, Iris from Weston-super-Mare recalled the first night pretty rough. It was pretty rough. Wow. Okay. Nobody has been with me for 35 years. Iris! Lord of mercy! So effectively, yeah, I thought I was a virgin again. Well, Mohammed, I believe his full name is... Oh, look at him. He looks like that guy from Green Wing. I believe his full name is Mohammed Abdul Ibrahim. I was reading about this on a different sort, and I thought, that's a good name. I might call my firstquborn son that. Oh, well, what's the baby? It's Mohammed Abdul Ibrahim Rankin. Wow, okay, that's very quite worldly. Yeah, it's an international name. We're calling him Mr. International just for a bit. Anyway, where was I? So effectively, it's like she's been saving herself for him because, he's 35. She ain't had it in 35 years. You know what I mean? Anyway, she says, can I say what we used? A whole tube of KY jelly. Wow, he must have brought that from home. I don't imagine, like, KY brand KY jellies. I don't know. Anyway, as Holly and Phil started to giggle, she continued, and the thing is, I couldn't walk the next day. I felt like I'd been riding a horse. Woo! Saddle sore. Wasn't in it. Wow. Anyway, we got over that. The sex is not the important thing. While some viewers tweeted to say they felt worried for Iris, some also found the graphic details hard to stomach. One wrote, some things you don't want to hear while eating your breakfast. Rough sex and KY jelly. Eek. Another said, I can't unsee this. Don't get me wrong. I wish Iris all the love and happiness. I loved her honesty, but it was a little too much. Well, listen, buddy. If you can't handle graphic representations of sex between an elderly woman and an Egyptian toy boy, how are you going to navigate the world? How are you going to navigate reality without the tools to listen, the tools to be able to deal with an 80-year-old's vagina taking a significant pounding from a 35-year-old Egyptian lover? If you can't, and in a happy, consensual way. There's a lot worse stuff out there, There's jump-up music. There's people who make the signs for Extinction Rebellion. These things exist in the world, and if you can't listen to just an old woman having a fucking good time, you're not going to do very well, guys. That's all I'm saying. You're not going to do very well. Anyway, Iris has previously assured us that she believes Mohammed isn't with her for the money. She told the Mirror, we're absolutely equal in every way. He's not using me. If anything, I'm using him because my love for him is selfish. I'm not going to let him go. Okay, she added, Mohammed never asked for money. I don't have any. I've done a lot for my boys over the years, and I want them to understand that it's time for me to be selfish now and look after myself. And it's a sentiment Mohammed also echoes. He's explained, this is not about the money. Money's not everything, like you can't buy happiness. Love has no age, no limits. Irish and our family understand each other well, and felt tenderness and that like. And you would not believe the fucking thrashing I gave her on the first night and that we went through a whole fucking tube of KY. I don't care about others' fucking opinions are out. Only what feels good to me, and I tell you what feels good, having a fucking 8-year-old slush pot wrapped around your fucking unit. I tell you what, lads, fucking hell! All right, Mohammed, that's quite enough. Well, you know, God bless them. I hope they continue having fun, and I hope that that they just, yeah, he's after the cash, isn't he? You know, well, you know, whatever. You know, as long as she's happy up until the inevitable crash. Guys, more throwers. What do we have? New forward, Sweet Face. It's called, from the Sweet Face EP. Sweet Face. Wow. Forward.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Sweet Face. I just want to show you how to live a little, that's all. I just want to show you how to live a little, that's all.
was. Oh, come on! Nah. Jesus! That was not the outro I was after, but probably the outro I deserve. Super Sharp Shooter, DJ Zinc, a Neon Steve remix. Do we dare? Do we dare?
Super sharp. The R. Super sharp shooter. Johnson. 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 Check it. I'm the fucking man. Go.
Got 2 tickets to Comedy Unleashed in March, so pleased about that. Squiff, I will be there joining you. Will Franken, it's going to be fucking wild. Yeah, the next one's sold out already. They're going like bloody goddamn hotcakes. Okay, that remix hasn't gone down too well in the chat, I will say. Anyway, listen, guys. Whoa. Hey, what have we got left? 15 minutes. That's fine, isn't it? We can. I'm sure we can do much with 15 minutes. Where are we? Phone repairman paid £40 cash to not fix someone's mobile. Bro, keep the money and the phone. Just call my missus and tell her you can't fix it. I'll tell you the full story later. Okay, well, I think we can probably surmise what the full story might be. Is that the phone guy? Yes, eye doctor. Okay. Listen, eye doctor man, you're a grass. Ollie Pickles didn't know what to think when a customer Ollie Pickles, that's not a real name. Ollie Pickles didn't know what to think when a customer came into the shop in Sheffield on Wednesday and handed him a smashed up phone with cash and a bizarre note concealed in the back. The note read, "Bro, keep the money in the phone. Just call my missus and tell her you can't fix it. I'll tell you the full story later." The 28-year-old duly did what he was paid to do. Good lad. Okay, but then he's grasped to Lad Bible. Not fix the mangled iPhone 8 Plus and call the woman and tell her it could not be repaired. The woman then thanked him and said she would pass on the message. Okay. The suspicious request left Mr. Pickles scratching his head and still hasn't solved the puzzle, as it would cost almost double the cash provided to mend the phone, and the customer has not yet returned, as he said he would explain the story. But while Mr. Pickles may have done what he was asked of him, the customer may wish he had added a clause in the note that said, "Also, please don't share your story with a national newspaper," and massively increase the chances of my missus finding out about the ruse. Yeah, well, you would think that would be implied. You know, it clearly, I mean, it's very obvious what's happened here, isn't it? Is that he's creeping, yeah? He's creeping on his missus. She's demanding to see the phone, and he's dropped it down the toilet or something. He's done something to... look, it's fucked now. It's broken. You can't see the evidence of the creeping. So then she's like, right, you've got to go and get this fixed. And, yeah. Well, listen, I don't think anyone is... Clearly, no one is innocent in this story. The missus, I feel bad for. Pickles, I think we should boycott his shop because he's can't keep his mouth shut even for cash, which is like the man has paid him to do nothing. The man's paid him 40 quid to do nothing. Yeah, all he had to do was make that phone call. Yeah, for 40 quid. Yeah, and he's grasped to the Daily Mail of all papers. Speaking of the Daily Mail, Mr. Pickles said he sensed that there was something fishy about the customer when he entered the store. Yeah, obviously he's paying you to lie about either. All right, you better give that money to charity. You don't give that money to a fucking cow charity or something, or Cats Protection, whatever, like a reputable charity like that. Give the money to charity of victims of financial embezzlement from Egyptian toy boys. Something like that, you know, a reputable... give it to the, you know, high-ranking hostel for wayward DJs, you know, wayward dubstep DJs. Anyway, he says, I've been fixing phones 6 years, and that like you've never been paid to not get one going again. It's the strangest thing that's ever happened. It's not that fucking strange. Take the cash, throw the phone away, move on. He said, I don't know what this customer was trying to hide. He's obviously trying to hide evidence of an affair. But he clearly wanted it to keep a secret from his partner. It must have been so important that he's willing to pay. How fucking dense are you, mate? Normally people are desperate to get their phones working again, but not... Oh my God! I take that button, I love that boy from the phone shop, you know, that pickle spot. He got the retardation. I'm sorry, but he got that. I don't know why maybe he caught it from that coronavirus or something. Let's say they're giving it people the retardation. Jesus Christ. When he handed over the phone, I had a feeling that he wasn't coming back. There was something not right about him. He was acting quite shifty. Just dumped the phone on me and couldn't get rid of it quick enough. I told him to come back 2 hours in that late, but he knew deep down it was never going to happen. Pickles isn't sure whether the mystery will eventually unravel itself, but for now, he's got 40 quid and a funny story. He is a cunt. I am more wound up with Pickles than I am with the creeper. You know, the mystery creeper, it's not the way you should be living your life. He ain't living right, okay? I think we can all, you know, say he clearly ain't... Look, if... Like, Pickles is... He has one opportunity... In my mind, he has one opportunity to, you know, to save himself, which is to donate that money to charity. Possibly, he'll donate that money to helping Big Ben do the bongs on the 31st of January to celebrate Brexit. That, I think that would be... And for me, that would be where I would put my money. I mean, I've sold basically everything I own in order to contribute to Boris's Big Ben Bong Fund. Boris's Big Ben Bong Brexit Bong Bong Fund. Yeah, and if I don't get my bongs, whew, well, I won't be happy, but of course I'll know that the money and all of my worldly possessions have gone to a good cause. Boris's Big Ben Bong Bonanza. Okay? Good. Jesus. Fucking God. Anyway, I feel bad for, what is this state of this? Which mobile network are you currently with? I prefer not to say, actually. Love Bible, but thank you. 9% prefer not to say. Okay, well, that's enough about him. Woman announces she will marry plane that she met 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure we've covered this last before. Oh, they're really ramping up this which mobile network are you with? Routine? Love Bible? So the saying goes, love knows no bounds. Well, one woman is proving that to be true after she announced she's set to marry a jumbo jet that she's been dating for the past 6 years. Yes, she's from Berlin. Michelle from Kubka from Berlin, Germany, is planning to tie the knot with the Boeing 737-800 ceremony in the Netherlands later this year. She claims it was love at first sight. For the 30-year-old and her soon-to-be husband, who met at Berlin Tegel Airport back in 2014. I'd like to see some consent from the plane, really. Although that said, I mean, using the John McAfee logic, where he was attempting to have sex with a whale, he said that the whale is the largest mammal there is, and an incredibly powerful beast. So if you are able to have sex with it, you better believe it's consensual. Those are the words of John McAfee, the the computer virus software mogul and cryptocurrency enthusiast, Jeffrey Epstein, conspiracy theorist. Well, his conspiracy theory one theory was that Jeffrey Epstein never existed in the first place, which I think is, potentially a bit of a reach. But hey, Anyway, but going by his logic, if you're able to have sex with something as large and powerful and beastly as a jumbo jet, could you make the argument that it was consensual, I don't know, man. I don't know. That is really an issue for the courts. And by the courts, I mean probably Judge Judy or Rinder. Maybe the double act. Rinder, Judy, back to back in court. It's a thought, isn't it? You know, that would be good daytime TV. Just Rinder and Judy going ass to ass on the court, you know, presiding over cases like whether or not it's consensual sex between a woman and a jumbo jet. You know, that's the apocalypse we deserve, really, isn't it? Us all hacking up our lungs, coughing, dying of coronavirus while watching Judge Judy and Judge Rinder go ass to ass while presiding over a woman with objectum sexual who is marrying an aeroplane. We were promised flying cars, and in 2020, this is what we have. I wouldn't have it any other way, guys. I would not. Right, look, let's play in one more bit, and then it's home time. We can all go home. Yeah? What we got? I can't play Square Pusher to take me off. That was annoying. So, you know, what we're going to do. Let's have that Mind Rush bit by Prolix again. That was a naughty bit. Coming up at 11, your friend of mine, Power Jen. A couple of hours of the positive energy, the positive vibes. Poking the positive finger right up your nose. Picking out joy bogeys. Thank you for the £2 donation, Philosophy Alpha Male. I will do the honest thing and give it to the Jews to thank them for killing Jesus. Cheers, guys.
Mind Rush.
This is Mind Rush by Prolix.
Yeah, man. So Prolix, it's called Mind Rush. Isana Bass Rush records and that, and it's surely okay, not like it's got a nice outro, it's got all like bassy bits and that, like it, you know, you can play it like in a nightclub or like in a stairwell, you know, behind a bus shelter or something, and like it'd make you feel alright for a few moments and that, like make you forget about like all the evil in the world, you know. Instead, you could just sit on a fucking wall, smoke a tab, and listen to Mandrush by Prolix, and it'll make you feel like you're in another world where, like, you know, where they don't call you a bastard, you know. It's alright. Guys, 11 o'clock, Power Gen. Oh, playing hardcore music and imploring you to smack your children. Why? Nobody knows. But that's just the way the world works, isn't it? Don't question everything or you'll be here all day. Christ. What else is coming up in the week? Thursday is tomorrow. There will be Jimmy Bird at 10 a.m. Giving you the northern perspective that you didn't ask for. But it's there. Make of it what you will. There's now a 2-hour shaped hole on a Thursday morning from 11 to 1 because Constrictor's left me. He has left me and gone to Nudes Radio. And that's fine. I don't mind being used as a stepping stone. You know, a stepping stone for him to tread the path of greatness. And that's fine. I just will never speak to him again. He's a good boy. He's all right. It's fine. But no, I will never speak to him again. That's fine. You're welcome to send him a direct message, you know, on Instagram, Constrict DMB, and tell him that he's a turncoat, you know, and tell him that his communist ways will not be tolerated, and that he's no longer welcome in the North Street Wetherspoons in Brighton. So just putting that one out there. Anyway, guys, I love you all dearly, and I will see you on Friday morning. No, I won't. Hold on. I'm working that out. Then maybe I might have to do it later in the day. They've actually got a chock day on Friday. They've got pre-recorded with Mr. Merck at 10. Fog on Friday at 11. Brand new smorgasbord at 12. And 2 in the afternoon. That could work. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do coffee memes at 2. They've got a pineapple thing tomorrow, and I'll be out. Anyway, look, we'll work it out, guys. We'll work it out. Look, I love you, and I need you, and I want you in my life. Okay? I would not take you to a shop broken and pay a man to throw you in the bin. That's, what more can you ask for? Okay, guys, I love you. Goodbye.